beautiful students, welcome to today's class. I hope you are all doing fine today and you are enjoying your home stay and studying very well as well. Today we will continue our lesson from last week, that is estimating. So from last week we studied what is estimating, and I believe you still remember that. So I'll go straight to the board and do two examples also to remind you about how you can do your estimating all the time, okay? There are two examples up here as we did last week. So we have 64 and 22 we are supposed to add, but we're supposed to do estimating. So how do you do this one? The first thing that you have to do is you have to change your 64 to the closest value. So 64 is very close to 60, okay? Because this is 4, so the steps to 70 is more. So you have to come backwards to 60. So this value will change to 60. And then your 20 will also, 22 will change to be 20. So by estimating, your 64 tends to be 60 and your 22 tends to be 20. Then you can add. So this will give us 0 and then this will give us 8. So we'll have 80 to be our estimated figure. Now we have 3 digits here. We have 578 and then we have 241. We are also supposed to estimate these two values. Okay, whenever you have 3 digits and you are estimating, you estimate to be in 3 digits. You don't estimate it with the 10th figure or the number in the 10th value unless you are instructed to do so. So with this, we are not instructed to estimate with the 10th value, but we are supposed to estimate the 3 figure there. Okay, so if we are to estimate this, because we have 70 here, it makes the 500 close to 600 instead of going to 500 because this is 70. So the value is high. So this will change to 600. And then let's look at our 241. 241 is very close to 200, more than 300. So we have to go backwards to 200. So our value is going to be 200. So you see 578 tends to be 600 because it's very close to 600. 241 is close to 200, more than 300. So we estimate it to 200. So now we can add the 2. So we have our 0 here, our 0 here, and of course we also have our 8 here. So this is going to be 800 and this is going to be 80. I hope you remember that from your previous lesson. Good. Today we will look at how we can do estimation if we are doing a word problem. Okay? So this is an example of a word problem that we have. And in word problem you have to make sure you identify the keywords in the word problem that you are dealing with. Okay, now let's read. With our word problem, we have that Jake had 281 cats and Kelly has 135 cats as well. If Jake and Kelly combine, so the keyword here is what? Combine. Okay? So if the two of them combine their cats, how many cats will there be? So the keyword between Kelly and Jay is combine. So combine means to add. So we have 281 and then plus 135. So we have 135, 281. We are supposed to estimate. So our 200 will tend to be 300, and then our 135 will also tend to be 100. So we can now estimate this to have 400. So whenever you are doing a word problem with estimating, you have to find the keywords. If you find a word like total, okay, it's equal to plus. Okay? If you find a word like together, it's also equal to plus. So which means with that equation you have to ask. If you find something like difference, it's equal to minus. Okay? If you find something like take away, it's also equal to minus. So whenever you are doing a word problem with estimating, total means you are combining the two values that you have. Together means you are combining the two values that you have. If you see difference, what is the difference? It means you have to go for minus. If you see take away, you also have to go for minus. Okay. So we'll move straight to our first task for the day. And our first task for the day will be estimate word problems. So you have 5 questions that will be posted into the group for you to find answers to. Thank you for joining this session, and I hope to see you on the second video. Thank you, goodbye. Hello students, welcome back to our second video on estimating. From our lesson, you have seen how you can estimate 2-digit numbers and then how you can also estimate 3-digit numbers, okay? So whenever you are estimating 3-digit numbers, I know that is why sometimes the difficulty is for you. You have to consider estimating the whole 3 digits, but you don't take 2 unless you are instructed to do so. So with this one, you only estimate all the 3. So when we estimate 578, we get 600. When we estimate 241, we get 200. Why? Because from 500 to 600, if you have 578, you are very close to 600, more than 500. So your estimated figure should be 600. The same way, if you look at 241, it is very close in counting to 200, more than to 300. So you cannot estimate this as 300, but you can estimate it as 200 because it is very close to 200. Then you can find your total when you add the 2. Again, when you are dealing with estimating a word problem, you have to look for the keywords. So in this example, the keyword here is combine. So what is combine? Combine means you are bringing 2 things together. You are adding up 2 things. Or if it is more, combine means you are bringing all together by addition. So there are key terms or keywords that you always have to know to guide you to solve your word problem or estimating word problem. Example, total. Whenever you see total, it means that you are doing addition, you are adding. Whenever you see together, it means that they are also addition, you are adding. Whenever you see difference, it means that you are doing subtraction, you are minusing. When you see take away also means that you are doing subtraction or you are doing a minus equation with your word problem. Okay? Good. We will move to our second task on this video. It's also going to be a word problem, and we're going to find estimation of word problem, and it's going to be questions that I'll put in the Telegram for you to find answers to. Okay? I hope that everybody will score high marks and you will enjoy studying estimating. I'll see you in our third video. Goodbye. our third video, which is the last session for our class today. The topic has been estimating, and we are looking at two ways. Either we estimate figures straight away, or we have our figures in a word problem. So up here we have examples of estimating direct figures where you have 64 and 22. We estimated 64 to 60 and 22 to 20. 578 was estimated to 600. 241 was also estimated to 200 before we did our addition. Over here we looked at an example of estimating a word problem, and we looked at some keywords that should guide you how you do your estimation. Combine is combining the cards of Jade and that of Kelly, the two together, and then we do the estimation here. So 281 gives us 300, 135 gives us 100, like that. Then you do your calculation. On this video, we will move to our homework. So the homework is also based on a word problem, how you can do your estimation when you have a word problem. Over here, we have possible answers. So we have our question here, and then we have our possible answers here. So what is the question? The question says that there are two buses, okay? The first bus had 96 passengers. So the first bus had 96 passengers, and then the second bus had 107 passengers. So now there are about space passengers in total. So which means that with the first bus and the second bus, how many passengers do we have in total? As you know here, when we say total, it means we are talking about addition. So the key word that we can also find in this particular example or question of word problem is this word, total. So the total here becomes a key word to combine the first car and that of the second bus. So what is the value for the first bus? It is 96. So you have the 96 here, and then the value or the number of passengers for the second bus becomes 107. Okay, so you have your 107 and you have your 96 here. So what do you have to do? This will be estimated to 100, and this will also be estimated to 100. So in total we'll have 200. So when we combine these two values and we have 200, it means that this option is correct as our answer. So we put 200 here. So the total of the first bus and that of the second bus will give us about, when the word about means it's not exact, it means we are doing estimation. So it will give us about 200 passengers into total. Okay? So you have the other questions in your group, and I hope that with this example you'll be able to find answers to the other questions. Thank you for joining class today. I'll see you again same time next week.